welcome back to another episode of Before the Hype. You know, your favorite place to find out more about the culture, fashion, and just everything related to just being creative. So, this is Before the Noise,
Before the Trends,
and Before the Hype.
Ba-da-bam. We're back. I'm back. I took a hiatus.
Ricky B.
I'm back. I'm better than ever.
Exactly. We missed you, bro. Can't lie, we did.
Guys, I missed these sofas. I missed the chats. I was watching from across the pond for a bit. So, I was getting my fashion fix while I was sweating in like really not good outfits. So there was no fit pics coming from Thailand.
Okay.
Not today.
Thailand was decent. How was it?
It was really good. It was really good. It was just like, I don't actually know how physically to dress for such like weather. Like, why is it 30 degrees at midnight? Why is it 40 at like 10 in the morning? What do you wear? You can't show your shoulders when you go to temples, so you got to cover up. Honestly, at times I felt like a bin bag.
I didn't even know Thailand was like that. I didn't know it was strict like that.
It's all Buddhism. It's really like, especially in the north, it's very like hot on that. So
okay, that's crazy.
You know,
bro.
but I'm back, energized, charged up, and ready for today's episode, which is obviously all about fashion. But come on, let's be a little bit more detailed than that. You know what's going on. So we are talking Skepta, we are talking mains, we are talking runways. We're in the midst of Fashion Week, especially London right now. It's very busy. It started on Friday. It's running right through this week anyway. So you're going to see a lot of looks, a lot of people going about. And obviously, because we're back, we are not just on our wands. Obviously, we're missing Queen. I mean, Queen wouldn't be sitting here. She'd be sitting on another one of these seats. But we're missing Queen, so imagine Queen's here. But we've replaced Queen today with an extra special guest. Yeah. It's Krystal D'Anjou. Oh, and she's come crystaling, come styling.
For the crystals, baby, get into it.
Yeah, you really put on the K for Krystal.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Welcome to the show, the podcast. Welcome to the sofas. How are you?
I'm good. I got drenched on the way here, so I'm a bit soggy, but we're trying off. But yeah.
Soggy but styling.
Soggy but styling. That is the vibe. Because in England, you're going to get rained upon, but we're still going to serve a look. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't let the rain ruin your parade.
Precisely. I mean, all these people travelling in from everywhere around the world, ready for their London Fashion Week. I have hope for you. Because let's just think about this for 1 second right now, because there are shows going on whilst we're recording this. Molly Goddard's on this Sunday and all of this. So everyone's coming around from all across the world in all these nice outfits.
But it's like you're coming. It's just like so typical British weather.
Yep.
Like
welcome.
Yeah, you're coming to London. Rain.
It's gonna rain.
Exactly. But like,
so
welcome to Europe.
Yeah. So welcome to Europe. Welcome to the UK, and welcome to the podcast.
Yes,
ma'am.
So obviously, let's get straight into it. Obviously, as it's Fashion Week, you know. One of my favourite artists, Skepta, aka Big Smoke. Skepta. Obviously, this week he shut down with his debut runway for his, streetwear or high-end streetwear label Mains. And obviously, personally for me, I like the show. I like where it is. I like the different types of styles that were on show and the different looks that were on the runway. But obviously, Ricky B has a difference in opinion on this.
I saw that side
I felt it. You know what I'm saying? I felt that. How did you feel? How did you feel? Come on.
We're sat on opposite sides of the sofa on this conversation. Okay, so for some context for everyone. Okay, it was 4 years ago. Skepta like teased some kind of fashion brand. He did some kind of thing. I think it was in New York. Yeah. And he did some kind of thing, and that was his first dip into fashion. But this is officially a fully fledged brand. And he's, to be fair, like he's chose the creative director route. So for everyone wanting to know, within fashion brands, there's obviously a lot of teams. There's creative directors, there's artistic directors, there's designers, there is pattern makers, there's manufacturers, there's people who grade it, there's fabric consultants. There's more people underneath than just one person, but he is the name and the face of the brand almost. He launched it, and already his stuff is being stocked in Dover Street Market. So that's
as of today,
huge.
Obviously today's Sunday, the 17th of September, as we're filming. So
yeah, that's a big thing. So we need to get into that actually. But my quick hot takes: The show was good. Like, the collection was good. It wasn't great. I think with his team behind him, he could have done so much better. He could have been a little bit more exciting. You know, the press have really only picked it up today. So obviously it's Sunday today. It was Saturday yesterday when the show was. For a whole evening, no press? Really?
It's a damn shame.
Really? Yeah, precisely. Like, I just think, you know, the spotlight wasn't on it because where was the extravaganza? Also, the show was on, yeah, they did this amazing theming of a tennis court, but then why am I seeing the clothes barely be tennis related? You've got Timberland boots. Tell me when that's come on to Wimbledon. Haven't seen that. You know, you've got really heavy suits. You've got lots of really intense leather. I mean, some pieces maybe at a whim you can push to be like those things come together, but just because a model's wearing a tennis racket does not mean those themes collide. Ow, that's my hot take. I really like Skepta though, so I'm like, don't, you know, don't punish me or whatever. Like, don't hate on me for not thinking that your actual collection wasn't that good. I just thought it could have been better.
Because I think it comes into the thing of when musicians start transitioning into different fields, because obviously fashion is not his main, you know, hobby. His main.
This is not where he come up with.
Yeah, that's not where he come up. Even when like he was growing up, like the clothes, I think the clothes are nice, but if I saw it, I wouldn't think that's Skepta. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think it really fits his brand or even represents like London. It looked very like what like the rich kids what the rich kids would wear. That's what it's like giving me, and I feel like we could have had a bit more authenticity to London, if that makes sense. And like you were saying, like very like tennis core, very like oversized suits. Like he doesn't really even wear that stuff himself. But he's gotten a stylist, and I respect that he has managed to transition over to the fashion world successfully, because I don't think a lot of UK rappers have done that, other than like Central C's kind of getting into it now. I think Stormzy's, because all of them went to the Met Gala, didn't they? Stormzy, Skepta, and who else went? Well, because they were just by Burberry, innit?
It was Stormzy, Skepta.
I think it was someone. Was it Dave?
Nah.
Michael Ward. Did he went to the Gala?
Was he in Burberry? He wasn't in Burberry, was he?
Would you put Burna Boy? Would you put Burna Boy in that category? Because he's obviously lived a little bit in the UK.
Burna Boy was in Burberry as well. Is that team? But
yeah,
I mean, for the UK babes, it was Stormzy and Stormzy and Skep.
Yeah,
Skeps. He's like the godfather of rap, and I think it would have been much more like nicer to see that, and so it was cool. Like you would have like watching it. I feel like people would hype it because it's Skepta.
Precisely. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like that's the thing with designers. Like you're hyping it because of the person, not the actual clothes.
But then if we take the name out of it, right, and the amount of people who went to that show, there's no way there'd be in that show next year. There's no way that many people would show up to that show if you took the name out of it next year, because it just wasn't exciting. Like I don't get what is he taking from this.
Okay, cool. So I feel like he's played it safe with his designs and obviously the runway itself, because obviously it's his first ever show. He wants it to actually go well. I feel like he would get a lot more criticism for it going bad than him playing it safe, and I feel like that's the card that he dealt when he went with the show.
I don't know though, because he has a team. He has a big team under him who are very, very talented. His artistic director and head of design, Mikey Pierce, is incredible. He also interestingly put a graphic designer like on the same kind of like job scale. That he hired those two people at the same time. Yeah. So like his hirings are interesting. I'm thinking there's no way he would have failed with that kind of team. There's no way he would have failed. And even if he did fail, what repercussions is this man going to get? Because let's just be honest here. If it was that bad, he would have just thrown the designer under the bus.
No.
I'm sorry, he would have.
It was your fault.
That's what I mean. He would have done that point fingers meme. Like, let's be real. He's the artistic director, creative director, whatever. He's not the designer. He could, if it's really bad, he could have thrown it under the bus. It obviously was never going to be bad. He had a really good team under, like really good team under him. Yeah. He had good backing from people. He'd already got a Dover Street Market already to sell it the next day. It takes designers decades. Loads of them don't even get to have Dover Street Market.
True.
Have their stuff. So he's already made a profit and knows it. But also what I find interesting is it's like, is his clothes fit for Dover Street Market?
That's the thing, isn't it? It's
not,
like
it's
that's
not
that's
necessarily. Obviously, you alluded to it like earlier in a conversation that we had, where it's designs that are eccentric that stand out, and obviously these designs don't really stand out or eccentric like that, so they don't really fit into the Dover market aesthetic. But because of the links that Skepta's got, you got to have them in there, especially on
it's
his
connections
debut
in
as
this
well.
industry. And I'm even thinking like from a behind the scenes point of view, maybe like because high fashion is so cliquey and so like one way, maybe he did play it safe, so it's like people are not looking at him crazy. Because for example, like the only other rap star to really to really like do bits in the fashion industry is probably like someone like Kanye. But obviously like we've seen the whole Kanye fiasco and whatever, so I think maybe he's trying to like avoid being put in a certain box, being like, oh, he's the black guy from Ends, like, oh, he's just gonna be wearing this. But I really do want to see Skepta create like a brand and a world around him and not just be like anyone else, because then you can buy the clothes from anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like who are you in these clothes and what does it represent? Like is this really you? I personally think, seeing the outfits, I feel like someone was in his ear being like, yeah, we need to go another direction. Because
would you say rather than having this image of Skepta, would you say it's like character development? Because some of the pieces that I did see, like the cap that with the M and it had the two flaps, that's synonymous with Skepta. Everyone knows him for that. Do you get what I'm saying? And he's put his own little spin and his own little twist to it by giving it those neutral tone colours that we see a lot in the clothing today. So I feel like it's more development in his character, and I feel like give him a couple more runways, couple more shows. Yeah, he's gonna get to that part where he can really then embed what he's trying to go for, and you can really see like his image and see what he's got in his head.
I just wonder what his image. Like, I understand that he's not like put his name on the brand as such. So like there is some possible distance, which I can appreciate, because it already is him trying to create longevity for the brand, because anyone can then take over and be a creative director from that brand onwards. Like, he didn't take the designer route, he took the creative director route, so that other people can be interchangeable. I just wonder, like, when I saw like the whole run through, I was just like, but what is this? Like, what does main stand for? Like, what is the influences? Like, and also he held it in Tottenham for reasons. It's like, you're holding this show in Tottenham for really specific reasons to you. Yeah, there is some pieces that are actually related to him as well, but then at the same time, like, I don't think he fully wanted to dip his full feet into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, just go hard, because you're a big enough star that people will support you. London will support you. There's not a lot of like A-list UK stars. Like, there's more Americans. So it's just like, if we have someone in the London culture, we're gonna ride for you. And again, because he's the Godfather, people's gonna show up regardless. So it's just like, be authentic, because I think that will have longevity more than just trying to play it safe. Because who got anywhere playing it safe? True. Everyone who's gone everywhere has broken down the barriers. And sometimes even like big famous designers, their first shows, they didn't pop off, but it's like they still knew what they wanted to do, and they was like,
who they were standing for.
They were like, this is my aesthetic, you are going to like it, you just don't get it right now. And that's what all the greatest fashion designers did. And like, I really, really hope that transitioning and growing in the fashion industry, he can bring some of that flavor, because some of the shows that I've seen have just been a bit bland. Like, let's bring fun back into shows. Let's not just have like models walking like stickmen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just have some fun with it. Like, I would love to have seen him like even have like a proper like set outside of a tennis court. Like,
why the tennis court? Like, come on.
I didn't understand that. Like, if it was the correlation was not correlating for me.
Can anyone get that tennis court?
No,
because seriously, I don't understand.
I would love to know the breakdown of why that choice was made, because
it makes no sense.
I don't understand.
It makes no sense. It makes no, like, it actually makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they had to, and they had to put models with tennis rackets to slightly bring some cohesion. Yeah. Like, why are you putting them with a prop for that?
Wimbledon,
Like, come on and serve. Like, oh, please. Like,
maybe that was it. We're serving on the tennis court.
Yeah, the looks weren't serving. Like
some of them were nice, like, but I just wouldn't want it from him.
I just don't
Right,
know.
okay,
It was kind of giving like I would see that from like maybe like a Tommy Hilfiger or like you know, like one of those very
Like a
like
Ralph
sports,
Lauren.
like a Ralph
Like a
Lauren, like
Ralph
very like
Lauren.
sports, very like old money, private school.
Mhm.
That's what I
Trying
was.
to appeal to a youth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
But you reckon that's where he's trying to position himself within fashion, though, with his clothing line? It might not be what people's like, let's say, what they think Skepta would do, but that's the route he wants to go into. Think about it, the old money aesthetic is growing a lot within the fashion industry. I'll say in the last like 6 to 12 months, that's something that's been pretty prevalent, and it's gonna get even bigger.
because that's a trend.
I'll say it's not just a trend; it's something that is gonna then become a staple.
It will seep into
Yeah,
other
do you get what I'm
influences.
saying?
It's true, but
Yeah.
I don't think he should position his first collection as a brand to be something that is almost people still don't get it and weren't overly impressed with. Like, I'm desperately trying to think of a talking point around the collection, apart from the fact that it wasn't
The red piece.
the red
Yeah,
piece.
I'll say
Okay,
that.
the red piece was amazing, but like, how am
Yeah.
I only talking about one item of clothing? Like, for instance, because you've gone to a few shows.
Yeah.
Have you gone to some shows or been around some fashion?
Not this year.
Have you consumed some
I've
fashion?
been watching
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the,
yeah.
I've been seeing the
That's fine.
TikToks. Yeah. I've been keeping up like the girly, my friends who go. Yeah, I'm watching the story. Like, yeah, okay.
Like, let me look at those clips. Like, there's been some really amazing pieces. I
Yeah.
think, like, London Fashion Week actually as a whole, I personally think has been really strong this year, only because everyone's moving out of doing London Fashion Week. Everyone's moving their sales rooms to Paris and all of this. So that means, like, all the pretentious lot are actually going right now. So you're now getting people are more exciting, more people can get involved, younger people can get involved in
Yeah.
shows. Like, the gates are a little bit more open, so like hopefully we're gonna get some more creativity. So I was just hoping to feel that energy from his show, I think, and I just didn't feel it from it, and I felt it from a lot more other shows because there's an energy to fashion shows. The reason why people have them is not just because, oh, look at me, I'm doing a fashion show. It's about not just having clothes on the runway. It's about exciting a generation. It's about showing that things are possible. It's about showing your creativity and where you want to go with things and being bold and brave and ambitious.
Because it's a show,
for
it's
the
a
world.
showcase at the end of the day, and like I feel like a lot of people forget what fashion, like the main point of Fashion Week, because I've seen so many like TikToks of like people asking like on the street like, oh, do you think Fashion Week's overrated? And people are like, yeah, it's like da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, but you're missing the point. Like, people who don't work in fashion is talking about like, oh, it's overrated, but it's like people have come to show who they are via their clothes. And it's like, even for example, when you're talking about the old money aesthetic, but and like it's coming into the culture now, but that's, especially it being in Tottenham and the way London is and the way he grew up, is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposing side. Like, us lot who are still in coming from certain areas and deprived areas, we won't be able to afford that whole old money thing. It's silly, because unless you come from old money, you will never be old money. So stop pretending that just wearing a neutral color and a little bag is going to make you look rich. Rich people can spot you a mile away. They can sniff you out. They're not trying to be pretentious with their outfit. So it's just like, it's the whole money aesthetic is fake. Like, the idea of it is fake. You're trying to be someone who you're not. And so it's just, it is, because it's like you're trying to, it's old money aesthetic because you're not old money. Because why would you trying to be an aesthetic that you're not
but it's like,
living?
Okay, cool. I understand your point, and it's a great point as well. But I'd also say, you see people that do wear tracksuits and things like that, they don't always come from, let's say, the road life or whatever. And that's usually what's likened to, obviously, people that do wear tracksuits and stuff like that. So if you put that same perspective on things, you can say, oh, they're faking it, they're pretending to be like this when they're not really like that. Do you get it? It's just more of a way to express yourself. If you feel comfortable wearing those types of clothes, then you should. It don't mean you're being fake. It just means that that's just how you want to express yourself. Do you get it?
I feel you, but like, especially like when you hear the way certain people talk when they're trying to,
That's when you're
they're wearing a
That's when you're being
tracksuit.
fake.
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
when you're being fake.
what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Appropriation, like, chill out, like, be. I think it's just, when it comes to fashion, in my personal opinion, I just really want people to be themselves.
Yeah.
And not try and put on a persona and try and act like they're this thing. It's just like, if you want to wear something crazy, wear the crazy thing. If you want to like, but understand where you stand and stop trying to just fit in for other people's approval, because that's the worst thing sometimes about the fashion industry, is everyone's trying to like get approval from everybody else, to the point where it's like, do you even remember who you are? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I just want to see the authenticity again, and that's why I really love designers who just like, you can spot their brand straight away.
You understand why, or when they talk about it after, you go, oh my god, I get it, because everything related makes so much sense to you.
The storyline, and it's just that's the whole world building. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just like, I love that whole part of fashion. It's just like, don't just have a one-off collection, because
like, why? I think overall then, as the overarching question around Skepta and Mains, which is like what it was called and stuff, do you think it was a hit or a miss? I know it's very hard.
Does it just have to be either or?
Wait, do you think it was a hit, a miss, or a meh?
Or is there room for improvement? Can we say room for improvement? So that's like
okay, no, actually, because I would say meh, which means okay, hit or miss. I'm gonna say miss. Sorry, I'm saying miss, because to my mind, a hit is way more hitter.
Oh, I don't want to get. I don't want to like.
You know the ones there.
Like, look, Skepta Crusaders, don't cancel me, okay? I actually loved Ignorance is Bliss album, and actually, may I just say, did it as my photography A level and got full marks. He's like, shut it, all right? I referenced that, okay? And it was a school in Devon, so like, you can all just zip. That was a miss. Hit or miss, guys.
Okay, cool.
You're not going to get cancelled by the Skepta Crusaders.
So I did like aspects of the show and pieces as well. The only reason I'll say it's a miss.
Oh my god!
But was you not writing? Pause.
Wait. So I'd only say it's a miss, because obviously there wasn't enough correlation with the fits and the theme of things. So that's automatically should be a miss. But the thing is, there is room to grow. And that's why it's not exactly a hit. So I'm not slandering it. I'm just saying there's just room for improvement.
100% agree with your point. Yeah, miss in the sense where, like, the clothes could have been, a lot more coherent, a lot more, I think, true to Skepta's overall brand from where we know him from. Because again, Americans don't know Skepta like we know Skepta. Like, that's our boy. That's our boy. So a miss in that sense. But I'm hoping, wishing, I'm praying next year Fashion Week that he's gonna come and he's gonna give what he needs to give. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like he will.
The books are green for him. Let's with all of this going on, it was a very financially hit show. Like financially, that was a hit. Market, that was a hit. Like, so he's in the green, so hopefully.
But we're going to keep an eye out. We're definitely going to keep an eye out. And I hope all the other, especially from a business point of view, it's great to show other people in the industry, in the music industry, that you can branch out into different things and you can grow as a person, as a brand, and just get your bag from everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? We might even see, I want to see, like how Dave did acting in Top Boy. I want to see the rappers branch out,
What rapper next do you think you could see with a brand?
I low-key want to see Stormzy in a film.
You said Hikey at first. You went to say Hikey.
Yeah.
You know something?
Hikey, low-key. I want to see Stormzy in something. I feel like he could, like, play like a,
What?
He's got a brand already.
He's already been acting.
But I want to see him act. Like, wasn't he? Because I didn't watch all of that.
James Bond. I'm here for it.
Oh my God.
I can't lie. Can you imagine? Woo!
Yeah, I would watch that. Yes,
I would.
Tall, Dark and Handsome James Bond.
Oh my God.
Him and Idris Elba.
Scenes. Oh my God.
Put Maya Jama as one of the girls too. You're winning.
Oh my.
Out box office. Come on, give the people what they want.
So hot.
Please.
So hot.
Yeah. Okay.
Want the film?
Wait, are we talking about specifically acting or like?
No, I was gonna say like a rapper to do a brand, a clothing brand.
Okay,
who do you see next?
Do you know what?
I don't even know rappers.
So okay, cool. I'm gonna say a name. I'm gonna say Lance Euphoria. Now everyone's gonna be like, oh.
No, that makes sense.
It makes sense.
It actually makes sense. He's beautiful. He's got a very fashion face.
Yeah,
and
he does.
build.
He does. And obviously his A&R manager is he's got a brand called Years of Tears, and I love their brand so much. So when he's so close to someone that's doing it in and around it every single day, he's gonna pick up so many different things.
Step.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So naturally, I feel like he can progress into that, and he's got someone there that can mentor him. He's already done everything. Do you get what I'm saying? He can easily do it, man. I reckon his aesthetic would be like opium. Opium core. It's a word I learned today. Opium
what the
core.
black?
Yeah.
How do both of you know about this opium core?
Yeah, it's like all black fits. Like,
is this
silver,
just like
it's like black and silver?
But is this just like
so
goth?
Cool. It's all come from like Playboy Carti, basically. So opium's like, I think.
How would you describe it? I don't even.
Do you know someone called Ken Carson?
No.
Destroy Lonely.
No.
Fix.
This sofa today is just full of division lines.
Okay, it's almost like, let's say, almost goth.
Precisely, it's goth. Come on, it's
like
a new version of goth.
Like,
it's like goth and
basically-
It's goth for the softer boys.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Perfect.
Like, they don't want, I will wear mascara. Oh, I'm scared. It's goth for the softer boys. Like, come on. It's goth so you can wear it around the street and not be called X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you don't want to go all the way left.
Yeah,
Like,
but like,
I'm
I'm this way. Like, I'm wearing all black. Well, look at me.
Literally, I was wearing an all black outfit yesterday, just with like some pearls and silver, and the guy was like, "Oh, you're wearing an opium fit." I'm like, "Bro, I'm just wearing a black skirt at the top. Like, why do we have to put this fake on
If
it?"
somebody
why
says I'm
why
wearing
are people
opium
so
fit,
quick here to just box things in? Like, why does it have to be opium? Like, I can just want to express that and just wear that. Like.
But also sometimes like it's just nice to wear all black fit. Shut up. It's
You
not
get
opium.
me?
Buzz off. Like it's not happening. I'm not being called opium. That's also like the name of a perfume, and it's just a really bad perfume. So it's just like, it's just not it. Like, okay, at least do a better name.
Yeah, because even with aesthetic is like your whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Life.
It's your
You
life.
Live, breathe.
Yeah, you live, breathe, and eat it. So it's just like for you to say like opium aesthetic, it's like my
Honestly.
wardrobe is not black. Like
Actually, we've done this
What?
many months ago in the podcast, but
Okay.
this is actually will be nice to bring back up. What trends or cores do we think is bubbling up and coming about now? Because every time we do this, they slowly change a little bit and a bit of it, and now we've got this opium and old money.
Old
Yeah,
money.
old-
What else?
money.
What else is left?
old money core, get rid. Do you know what? I'm sorry. I hate to say it, yeah, but I'm gonna sound like such a hater, but like the whole minimalistic, I just have like a personal gripe against minimalism because I'm like, just say you can't dress. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Do you think?
pause, because I only say that because it's like the outfit is boring, it's plain, there's nothing really to it, you look like every other girl. Some people can pull it off.
It's in the silhouette.
If you pull
it off,
silhouette.
it's within the silhouette.
Yes.
Which therefore means you know how to dress. If it's not within the silhouette,
Yeah, because other people, they put on the most basic bitch outfit and be like, oh no, no, Miss Girl, you don't know how to accessorize, you don't know where to shop, you don't know like how to put pieces together, you don't know how to style.
your inspiration was from a napkin.
Hello,
That was
or like,
one time.
no, because you remember,
You were Pantone.
and people was wearing at one time, like, did you hear about like the Molly Mae Zara jacket?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, yeah. No, my mum, right? Me and my
cold,
mum went
bruv.
to Zara, and then we were just like getting about. I got a new trench coat. It was really cool, actually. But like, it had all the buttons down the back, and there was a one of it. It was very fun. But she picked up the Molly Mae jacket, and I went, Julie, you can't do that. I was like, Julie, you can't do that. I was like, Julie.
Julie.
I was like,
put it back.
Julie, has to get. No, but I like it. No. And then I went, look around. Tell me why there's 4 people in Zara with that jacket. I'm like, you've gone into the own home. Like, what are you doing? You can't go back into where you found it. You're supposed to act like you just found this jacket yourself. It's like, no. So she put it back down. She didn't get it.
No,
Thank
I
God.
can't.
Saved Julie from the Molly Mae gods.
No, I can't do it.
But-
I just don't like when people can't like.
Do you see a trend coming, though? Is there a trend that you see coming?
What's the one that's like? Is it like bloquette core? Where
Bloke
it's-
core.
Yeah, like, but no, like bloquette though.
Bloquette.
So it's like
Croquette.
It's like croquette and bloke core mixed together. So you'll have like the sports tee, but then wear like the frilly long skirt, and you've got like.
Oh
the
yes, no,
that,
it's this kind of like
yeah.
it's very Martine Rose and
Yes.
Simone Rocha.
Yes.
Very
yes,
Simone
yes, yes.
Rocha. We're in her era right now.
We're in the era, like but there's like a new aesthetic all the time. Like right now, I've been like looking into like mermaid and siren core. Love those. Those are really, really cute, really girly, like colors, like kind of pastel, like these kind of like materials.
Love it.
And then there's like, I'm thinking, what else is out there right now?
I've been seeing a lot of Tims.
Clean girl core.
What's
Like
that?
clean girl aesthetic.
Oh yeah, and what was that? There was
What's
a TikTok
that?
thing that was
Clean
called it
girl?
before it was clean girl. It was that other thing, and it was just, you know, you're supposed to like wake up and have like lemon water and
Yeah.
like,
Whoa, what
everything's
is
like
this?
That stuff, it's like
Hey, this
latte
is all
makeup.
sounding
Yeah,
new to
yeah.
me. Wait, like you gotta
It's
break this
just
down to
basically-
me. What?
Kill me.
it's like
Clean girl.
Clean
That
girl
sounds
aesthetic.
wild.
It's like slick spun,
really just like-
minimal
you
makeup.
know, you have
Oh, okay,
strawberries and water and thyme and, you know,
We
like,
wake
That
up
just
at
sounds
6
like
a.m.
a
in the
vegan
morning.
or something to me. Like
it's basically a
basically,
fashion version of that.
yeah.
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 What's your cause are coming in? What are you thinking?
So I'm not as well versed in the cause right now, but I'll say like one piece that I keep seeing coming about are the Tims.
Yeah, build a
Everyone's
chorus
just wearing
back.
Tims, like
Get the bums out.
Come
yeah,
on,
do you get
come
that?
on.
Crack
Sag
core.
your
All I'm
jeans.
Booty crack core.
Show me it.
I saw these like Tims, but they look like they've been like almost polished. I don't know how to explain it.
Ooh.
Or it looks like it's
That's
had like
quite
a wax.
exciting,
It's
though.
got like a shiny wax over
It's like
it.
it's just mega shiny.
Yeah.
What on like the
On
OG
the
Tims?
Yeah, the Tim. They look so cold. Yeah,
That's like liquid.
yeah.
That's nice.
But people-
That's cool.
I've been literally mixing it with the bloke core as well. So that's like literally the aesthetic that I've been just seeing about pop around. And then people wearing fedora hats as well.
No.
With the bloke
Fedoras
core
are-
as
No.
well.
Oh, don't bring those
Yeah.
back. Guys, no.
I want to
can't.
bring them back with a feature.
Not
listen,
in the
I
Tumblr
need that.
2011
I need
like
that back.
UK vlogger.
Yeah.
Fedora,
Nah,
how
nah,
is
nah,
that?
nah.
Believe it.
That
Some
was an
trends
awful
need to
word.
be left. But do you know someone was because I get all like the calls from like TikTok. They were they're like bringing back like the 2000s, but like the Jonas brother kind of
No
call like with like
way.
The vest?
the fucking
And like the stripy t-shirts.
yes, and people have been filming it and they're like, oh no, it's coming
Oh my
back,
God,
it's coming
no.
back. No, that side of the 2000s, let it
Die.
Let it
Yeah,
die. Let it
Die.
die. Because there's a way to do what it's like. For example, like I dress very like Y2K on a regular basis,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's a difference between like Y2K and then like that Disney Channel Y2K.
Oh my God,
Yeah, that's
Camp
the
Rock.
worst type. Oh.
Camp Rock. Oh my God, what is it? Camp Rock. That thing. Camp Rock. Bam, bam, bam. Camp
Scary.
Rock. That
Stylist.
style
You need
can't
to be
come
fired.
back.
You need to be fired. Dragged through
Awful.
the street.
Do you feel like progressively, during each decade,
It's getting worse.
It gets
yes.
worse.
So
You get it?
we're going bin.
I know,
It's going
Because
back.
I swear on my life, if 2000s like swag core like 2010
Stop it.
was the
end
worst.
it
I can't lie,
because
was the
because
worst
what was
period.
Not swag.
with the
Nah.
Not that
glasses,
word.
moustache,
Not that word.
Remember the
llamas,
Connie glasses?
owls. Huh?
The Connie glasses, the
Oh my
lime
God,
Yeah, with
trees.
the-
yes.
yeah.
Can you even
Oh
see out the
my
glasses
God.
and you're wearing them? Please. That was like, sometimes I look back at pictures what I used to wear, like what me and my friends used to wear. And I'm like,
Wild.
you're absolutely lying. Like, if my kids saw this and they would roast, like even when I show my little sister and she's like 15 years old, she's like, yuck. I'm
Yeah.
like,
We
yeah,
were
no, you're
we were in a different era. It was rough out there.
It was
I remember the whole mustache trend. Like, rough.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Rough.
But you know what's the craziest thing I feel about that? Like, Zendaya
Yeah.
was the queen of
Oh,
the swag era.
during like the Tumblr era.
Zendaya,
She was
rocked
front
running.
the
Yeah.
swag
But
era,
she's-
and that's how we met Zendaya.
But she's survived. She's coming
And
through
she
strong
came out,
and
and she came
killing
out.
it.
That's what everybody else needs to do. Evolve, get out of it,
And get a good stylist. Now, talking about good stylist, good style, and cause. And you
Yeah.
did touch on mermaid core and stuff.
Yeah, I love a mermaid.
We must talk about the GUAP Gala because
Yeah.
that theme was
Cosmic Dream.
Cosmic
Yes, sir.
Dreams, which I feel like is like bordering onto like mermaid siren. The thing is, I feel like with a dress theme like that, you could go so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cosmic Dreams is so wide.
I did like a lot of the looks. The ones that did stand out to me, in terms of like the guys, because the guys this year,
Lacked. Sorry.
Yeah.
Boring. Boring.
yeah, like I'll definitely agree to that. Like the guys were a bit boring this year, but the person that did stand out was Dammy Hope. Loved his outfit. Can't lie.
With the red and the
Yes,
breastplate.
Yes.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes.
I just wish I just wish men would do better. I'm really sorry. I just wish men would do better. I wish they get better stylists. And actually also, here's my other thing, right? Because the amount of people who look up to these people, like, be like, right, if they're dressing that way, I'm going to dress that way. I just would wish they'd just break down some more boundaries.
It's a damn
I wish
shame.
they would break down some more. I'm not going to, I
Please.
want to see more like suits which have been incorporated within skirts and some things that are tailored in, because I'm not going to lie, it's rough out here.
Yeah.
Like some of these youths, if you're wearing a skirt, you need to watch your mouth. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. And it's... Your mama wouldn't be proud. Let's just say that. But I want them to be inspirations. Like, I know they're inspirations in other places, which is why they're at the gala. But I'm like, if you're gonna dress with a message and a purpose and something to put it behind. Dress that you're going to. You want to change it up. You want to inspire other people, and you want to say that people can dress this way. Look at me, really finding new emerging menswear designers. Because I'm not gonna lie, they are out there, but also they're not out there. It's like they're there, but they can't be found because there's not the market. But there is.
Exactly. And
I
it's
feel
like,
like it's more. Do you know what? I'll let you land.
because like it says gala.
Yeah.
So gala is a bit above. Well, it is above party, right?
Yeah, it's not a party.
So it's not a party. It's an award show.
Yeah.
So why are you just coming in a black and white suit? I beg, please. The theme was there for a reason. If we wanted you to just come like a basic B, then we wouldn't have put gala at the end of it. Hello, it's in the Natural History Museum in Central London in Fashion Week. Hello, Fashion Week.
Yeah.
All the stylists are coming to London.
You got to rise to the occasion.
If you wanted to, you would. And that's what really bugs me about men's fashion, because sometimes, I went around, and I'm not gonna lie, I got onto some of the men. I was like, where's the fits? And they were like, oh, like, no, man, didn't want to do that. Like, I'm not trying to do all that.
The ego. It's the ego.
Let it die. Let your ego die.
Honestly.
Because I promise you, especially from a woman's perspective, maybe let me not put us one in the box. From my perspective anyway, as a woman, I will respect a guy so much more who can actually like come out of that comfort zone and dress nice. If I see a man in a good fit like that, I'm like, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
That is the one.
It's
because
impressive.
It's impressive because
It's
I'm like,
impressive.
wow, you really did that. Because I feel like certain men in their heads feel like fashion is not for them. And you're wrong, because there are so, like you just saying, so many designers who can take a suit and elevate it,
make it incredible. Like
with the shoe, with the trouser, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't just have to be a suit that like you've probably seen in your dad's wardrobe.
That part. It's like there's if you look back at archive pieces, if you work with a good stylist, like I want there to be more male stylists at the forefront as well, because sometimes there are a lot, like most stylists are like a lot of, it's very female heavily orientated in the fashion industry, but I just want them to do better, because then, like you said, it trickles down into the rest of society, because then it's just like, why should the guys on the street try if this is like the top level and this is how you're moving? Absolutely not. I believe that it's a bit disrespectful as well on the theme and the whole like point of the gala, which is to show off like black and brown people in the industry. Come and show up.
It's one night.
It's one night. Let the tracksuit go. Let the black suit go. Like you can wear it tomorrow. Like, please, like, show up. It was like, if it was up to me, if you're not dressed, you're not coming in. If it was up to me,
you're closing the door.
I'm closing the door, because
needs to be a deterrent.
How much money are people spending for you to be invited here, and you're gonna come ragga? Don't piss me off.
And also, you don't have to spend too much you don't have to overspend to stand out. You actually just have to have thought into it.
It's styling.
And find stuff.
Style.
You have to take
I feel
time.
like this is a UK problem, not just like a men's problem only. Because I feel like in other countries, people really do express themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
it is a UK
and it's
problem.
down to the basic level. When you go to like a Westfield, or you even go to like Oxford Street, everyone's pretty much wearing the same colours and the same
stuff.
things. Do you
It's
get what I'm
boring.
saying? And I feel like what needs to happen is people need to start exploring colour more. We don't see that enough. We like literally just something that I've just noticed about the UK. We just don't really like to come outside of the box, and it's that thing of like you alluded to like earlier, where people are like, that's not really me. I'm not really trying to do that. Man's not trying to do too much, and it's more like trying to appeal to other people without trying to actually really look in yourself and be like, what's my identity? let me show you that through my clothing.
Because also, how do you know you don't like it if you've not
you
tried
don't know if
it?
you don't try.
do you
You
get
don't
it?
know if you don't try.
Especially like, for example, like on like brown skin, purple, beautiful color.
Yeah.
All the shades of like
Didn't see that
different
once.
shades of purple and red or greens, even like
Green.
jewel tones on brown skins. Slap.
Also
Yeah?
blue, like
Blue,
a
that's what I'm saying.
vibrant.
Yeah.
Like
Ah.
a royal blue or something like that. Why are we not seeing this? It's not everyday black. You can't release yourself from the black,
Do you
please.
get
And also, like, why play it safe with your silhouettes? Why play it safe?
Yeah, because
Like-
this is a photo opportunity as much as it's like do you know what I'm saying? Like the girlies is going there to get their photo up. Like
Yeah,
let's be
yeah.
so real.
Yeah.
It's fashion week. You're going there to get your picture snapped.
Do you know what I think it is?
Why are we
though?
wasting our time?
I just think men don't see that by investing in clothes and finding clothes that they like and going through that whole process of it,
Yeah.
searching, finding, working out a stylist, this, that, the other, like having it made if you want to go down that route. That's a real like treat yourself thing. And I just don't think they get that is a treat yourself, and that feeling when you're actually wearing that, they just, I think, so distanced from actually understanding that is a feeling that you'll get from clothes.
Yeah.
That like
Yeah.
they don't think they have the accessibility or they don't have like almost the invitation to dress. Whereas it's like, do you know what? Everybody feels really good in certain clothes, or if they take the time in with making clothes or seeing, you know, the clothes be styled or chosen, there's a feeling of really amazingness. You feel really special, and that's what you should feel like for this one day. Like, and I think the girls get it because within society, it's always that like,
we're
you know,
allowed
the
to
first
do that.
prom and
Yeah.
stuff, like that's your big. Whereas for the
law.
guys, it's like they just wear a suit that they go wear to the rugby, and it's like, come on,
Yeah, it's like men feel good about yourselves because
be
it's like,
expressive.
yeah, be expressive, explore, like stop caring about what your boys think. And I think that's
Yeah.
what it comes down to, because again, like I was reiterating before, it's like, oh, I'm not trying to do that, like no man, them don't do that. It's tiring. It's exhausting, because then when like or even like there's been a conversation on TikTok as well, it's called like the girlfriend effect, in terms of when how men dress before they get with their girlfriend
Yes.
versus
Right,
afterwards.
yeah.
They look so much better because
Uh-huh.
do you know what? Us as women, when we see you guys, we can see the potential, and we know you can do better, and we know we can dress you better. And then when we do it and we put you in these outfits, you can see the shift.
Yeah.
And you're like,
in the
oh,
personality,
you
in the
can-
stature,
Yeah.
everything.
You look,
Yeah,
you're
uh-huh.
walking different. You're talking, because you like, do you know what?
You feel
This
better.
is a representation of who I am. And at the end of the day, like people think like, oh, you shouldn't judge me based off your clothes, but people do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That's the
people
first
do,
thing they
and,
say.
and that's the reality of it. Let's not act like that doesn't exist. It does. So it's like, you know, be kind to yourself, because it is the whole process. Like the reason why girls love getting ready so much is because the getting ready part is usually the most fun bit. Like putting your makeup, you're with the girl. Like I would love men to experience that same thing that we do, because it's great, and I think you guys would love it. But I think you're just so shy because society's telling you like, no, you can't, but you can.
But then as well, there is people out there who are really killing it within that. Like, actually, I know that like Obon JR really has some really great stylists behind him. He always goes for quite experimental pieces. You'll always see him in a skirt once in a while. You'll always see him in all these pieces that, like, I'm not saying you have to wear a skirt, but what I'm saying is like, he experiments. You are not going to see him in a normal suit.
Yeah.
Most like, he really takes time and invests within what he's wearing. And I
Yeah.
just think that would have been a great opportunity to see that. I was going to say to see
Yeah.
more of that for the men, but actually to see that.
Just to see it in
Blanket.
general.
I'm
And
gonna
even
play
from a
devil-
brand. Oh, sorry, I'm really cutting.
So, no, it's calm. I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. Yeah. So
Devil's advocate.
obviously, certain times when guys do express themselves, let's say they might wear a skirt or something like that, certain people might turn around and be like, "Oh, we're in a sassy men's era. We're in this era." Guys, they're taking away the masculinity away from men, and certain people are gonna see that perspective, and then because people know they're gonna get backlash like that, they're scared to even want to try those things and try and express themselves. So, like, what would you say to those people that are scared to do?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Last week I had a skirt on, and got shouted and got called a batty man like
See
4
what I'm
times
saying?
by people.
Yeah.
In this 2023 summer,
Like
yeah,
literally
It
last
happens,
week.
That's
man.
crazy.
Like actually on Friday. So like it was like pretty recent.
That is crazy.
Is that gonna stop me wearing a skirt? No, I'm obviously gonna keep wearing them because I like them. I feel good in them. I feel like very fashionable in them actually. But what I'm saying, I'm just being like, do you know what? That's a shame that like they felt so
offended,
locked and closed. Like they felt so like, oh my god, like how dare somebody.
but like, what's that got
like,
to do with them, though?
Yeah.
What's got to do? But also,
For
I'm
them
just
to,
like,
like,
do you know
open
what?
their
Like,
mouth and say
just
that.
feel free. Like, it's not. I think it's not. Fashion is not that deep.
Yeah.
So you can wear whatever you want. But I think like don't. If you're always afraid of what somebody's gonna say, you're always gonna dress closed-minded. But if you're not afraid of what people are gonna say, you won't dress closed-minded. And what you put out is what you attract. So you will bring
Facts.
the unclosed-minded people
Hello.
to you.
Hello.
I just
Amen.
because they're all in a group and like. Also, may I just say they had no right because what they were wearing, I was like, you've got no pedestal.
Yeah.
You've got no
just gonna say
pedestal.
that, because
Yeah.
why is
Your
always
Nike
the
Tech Fleece
non-fashionable
has got
people-
no pedestal for that.
Please,
Yeah.
how you gonna like
Awful.
cuss fashion like actual people who experiment with their fashion when you're wearing the freaking same crusty top, crusty trainers, crusty track? Don't if you're wearing a Nike Tech Fleece and you want to say something to me, shut your mouth, please, I beg, because
Zip.
it's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And also, just from a branding perspective, if you wear, like, if you're known for having fashion, people are gonna look out for you.
Yeah,
People are gonna
yeah.
look in the carpet for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, every time someone like, let's just say Lil Nas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Every time Met Gala rolls around, I will
Everyone-
sit there
People
and
find
wait
his
for
outfit.
Lil Nas
Yeah.
to come because
Yeah.
I know, or even what's my man's name? Porter.
Thingy Porter, and he
You
wore
know
the
what I'm talking
dress
about.
with the tuxedo, and oh my god, he was imposed.
Yeah, that one.
Not Bradley. No.
Not-
Don't know his name.
Oh my gosh,
It's
what is
Porter,
his name?
something Porter. No, I need to look it up,
Please,
please.
because
It's-
he's imposed. He
that's
goes,
a damn shame,
live,
yeah.
There's
laugh,
Yes.
There's
love,
another person that
pose.
I'll put in there as well. His name's Elton. He's a model, and he wears the craziest thing. Certain times he's not even wearing a shirt on the runway. Do you get it? And he was actually
Billy
a model.
Porter, sorry.
Billy Porter.
Billy
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Funny enough, he was actually a model on the mains runway. The person I'm talking about.
You'll
Elton.
talk about. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, now I do.
He
You're
was
talking
wearing
about-
like an all black outfit, and he had like a cane as well.
Oh my god, no, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy,
That
innit?
photo
Yeah.
did get clipped quite a lot.
But did you see his gala outfit last year?
No.
Crazy.
Tell us
What?
more.
Weren't even wearing a shirt. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, people are looking. But those are the people are looking out for, and I feel like you'll get actually more respect, especially if you're in the
100%.
industry,
Yeah.
for dressing like that than being like everybody else, because then it's just like you're bringing so many different elements. It's like, okay, I'm good at acting, I can dress fantastic, I'm a nice, so it's just like you got the full.
You're not
Packaging
hiding
it,
behind
Yeah, you're not
clothes.
because who are you trying to impress? What, my man from who's sitting at Weatherspoons in his wife beater? Shush, please.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to impress these lowly people? No disrespect, but like these
Do you
people
know
who
what?
have
Like,
no
we
effect
only
on
have
your
one
life.
life, and like everyone's trying to make their life like as good as possible in every other way. It's like also just put the clothes in there as well, because like you are putting out, like, as soon as you step out that door, it's the clothes first.
Amen.
I'm sorry, it is.
And even with the
Hate
thing
saying
about
it.
like the whole skirt situation and men feeling scared to wear skirts, I'm like, men literally back in like the Victorian era were wearing full on wig makeup skirts. Men were wearing heels before women.
Yeah,
like-
that was what they were designed for.
Do
as
you know
well.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
And like in Greece, full tunics.
Hello.
Do you know what a tunic is? Okay, it's called a maxi dress. Alright?
So exactly. So when I hear people talking about these like fashion norms and be like, oh, women can only wear this or men can wear that, it's nonsense. It is just clothes.
It's
And if
clothes.
you wear
Yeah.
it correctly, no one is gonna say anything. People who don't understand the fashion industry will open their gobs and be like, we're not talking to you. We're not dressing for you because you don't get it. You don't get it. So this is not for you. The fashion girlies will see you and like, correct me if I'm wrong. When you wear a good outfit, someone else who wears a good outfit will be like, you look
Yeah.
good.
Or it's the eyes. It's the eyes thing where they're like, where they walk past and they go,
So now, do you feel like we should get rid of menswear and women's wear and just literally every single runway, every single fashion show, every single thing that gets put out, it should just be genderless clothing?
No.
Okay.
I agree.
Is that where we draw the line now?
No.
you go first.
Well, number one, only because we're built differently. So
Yeah.
like women's clothing is made to fit like, boobs, but like
Yeah,
the curves
yeah.
of our
And
things.
hips.
Yeah,
especially
and hips. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I would say no. And then also it's just like, I just love like girly fashion. Like I just don't,
Yeah.
like, because I wouldn't see. Do you know the brand? I think it's called like Blue Marine.
Heard of it.
very like mermaid, like Y2K fashion. Like there's just certain things that like girls get put in that, because I wouldn't see a man in like a crop top and a crop skirt. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think. I mean, so, actually, no.
Some guys do.
Actually, no, I like.
Do
Do you know what? No, actually, I take it back. Especially like when I go to like Vogue shows and that, I do see the boys in it, and do you know what? They look fucking good. So I take that comment back. But no, I feel like it still should be separated. But I do feel like there can be like a crossover.
Okay,
I just feel like you don't have to put the label on it, but you don't have to go, right, this is completely
like only
genderless or whatever.
Yeah.
So for instance, like, planning a fashion show in April, very fun, getting everything together. But it's menswear, but am I going to have only men on the runway with the clothes? No. Right. That's where I like sit with it.
I like that.
Like I'm gonna have everyone's gonna go on the runway, everyone's gonna be wearing the clothes. Is it menswear? Yes. Does it mean it's just for men? No.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can have that kind of, I suppose, connection with the words, and I can decide that it's called menswear, but it doesn't have to be only on men.
Yeah.
But I also don't have to call it completely genderless.
I don't think like the whole genderless thing is like, because
I'm gonna cut it to a men's body.
I will.
It will be slightly cut to a men's body.
And some people like when because I know sometimes when I get t-shirts, I will go to like a men's section because I like the boxy fit of it, which you wouldn't get on a women's shirt, for example. So I think it does come down to like the cut and the silhouette and everything. Because sometimes like women want to wear a more like masculine fit, and other times you want something that really tight that accentuates, you know, your body parts. So. But you have seen again, I bring up Zendaya because she just eats it every single time. Like she just really, icon of a generation. Like when she wears suits, I'm so sorry. She was eating the men up. So sorry.
So slay.
She was how did she go on the runway on the carpet and
eats.
None of the men can touch her in that suit. I said, she came for you lot's next. I'm so sorry. But you know, stuff like that where you can mix and match. And again, some people don't really will identify with men or women and will just want to wear either or, and so it's just like it's still clothes, but I
just think you can shop in any other, like you can shop wherever. Like I bought all my tank tops from New Look, women's tank tops, like great, I still know they're women's wear, cool, but
it's not that serious.
Like it's just on me, like it's what do you think?
I'll personally say I'm happy with either or, to be honest. Where it is, you just got to use your eyes for the certain discrepancies. So if you see a piece of clothing that obviously looks a bit more curvy, do you know that, okay, cool, that's more tailored towards women, but if I did want to go for a certain style, then I could wear that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, or I could increase the sizes up and then it loses as much accentuation. There's ways to play it.
So I'll definitely agree with like what both of you said. I won't say there needs to be a specific separation, or you should join both of them together. There should still be that level of separation. It's just that you have to use it within yourself and see the difference in the clothing and whatever you want to go for that day. That's you.
Yeah, I love a girl's runway. I cannot lie. Like the fashion just really is fashioning. Like even, okay, this is a bit controversial, but well, is it? I don't know. Like for example, like the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Yeah, a lot of people have an issue with the whole ethos of the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Yeah.
Personally, I loved it. Like, yes, they're really, really skinny. Yes, no one looks at that, but that was the brand, and that was like the vision of what they wanted to be like, and it was great for the time now. And I feel like they're bringing it back. I don't think it'll be the same. And so it's
it can't be. But it's just so like, or even like how Rihanna does the
Fenty, but it's still like, even though it's like girl and you can still see like the girliness in it, and you can still like feel pretty and things like that. Because I feel like sometimes with the whole genderless thing, it's like some people do just want to be like a girly girl or like a manly man. Like there are still those people out there who want those looks. So like to kind of take away from that, it's like, you know, we still want some baba boom and to like show you off, like.
And I think, I mean, to play on devil's advocate as well, I suppose. I think for Victoria's Secret, obviously what was
like OG Victoria's Secret
perpetuated massive eating disorders, And that was why it pretty much got quite cancelled. As in, like, and it's not coming back on the runway like that, because what they perpetuated was like heavy eating disorder, and like that was the ideas of beauty. I mean, it was in the era where Kate Moss, you know, did her famous quote of like, "Nothing tastes better than being skinny," like as a full quote.
That was
That's
the time that
crazy.
as well.
But that was an era.
Yeah, it was like the early 2000s, but like they looked, like no one can deny they looked fabulous.
They weren't even eating a piece of orange. That's why. There was nothing in. There was nothing there. No crumb. They were literally doing Oliver Twist, but like really on fashion.
But it's like,
can you replicate that? No, unless if you starve for like 2 months.
not if you starve. Like maybe if they had.
But the actual pieces
were beautiful.
Were gorgeous.
And
like
that's what I'm
gorgeous
saying, like,
lace and stuff. The pieces,
and the wings, it was just
incredible.
like that's what I want to see from like fashion show. Well, not like the skinny minis, but
the extravaganza.
Yeah, the extravaganza of it all. You're excited, like you're like, oh my god, what is the theme gonna be? We're like gagging for it every single year. It was like an exclusive party, like again, like how Met Gala is, like, you know, give us a show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah.
Could they still do those same things, but just be a bit more inclusive? So have plus size models that
Fenty. The way Rihanna did it, perfect.
Okay, cool.
Have you seen it? Have you watched it?
Specifically seen a show.
Their performances,
but
they are
but I've heard some things and seen some clips.
Musicians there, it's incredible.
She gave Victoria a run for her goddamn money.
She sent them
It's
packing.
like, who is Victoria? Fenty is here. She had plus size models. She had like people with like this. Basically everybody under the goddamn sun was in that show, but they all individually looked absolutely stunning. Choreography on 10, makeup on 10, outfits on 10, everything was on 10. And that's, I feel like that show is a great example of what other people can do and have fun with it. Because again, I hate a fashion show where you're just walking, looking straight face.
I think that is also the thing. Why look grumpy?
What's going on here? Nobody was like that. Like, please, can we have some fun?
Yeah.
Like, and Jean-Paul Gaultier, like, his shows, like especially back in the day, or like he does things in like the theatre. I've gone to a show like twice where he's like, they tell like the backstory of his thing. Oh my god, the sets are crazy, and it's like, it's memorable because I still remember that, and I saw that like 2 years ago. Still remember it. A lot of these fashion shows, you'll probably forget it like within a week. Give us some memories, core memories.
I feel like, do you know what? With obviously the way society is now, I feel like everything's just been like watered down, and people aren't really being as creative as they used to be back in the days.
Cause look at the archive shows. Are you crazy? Look at
Smokes.
even like Chanel, like Dior,
Alexander
flipping McQueen. The outfits were silly good.
It's the way that do you know what it is? I feel like it's because of the way that we consume things. So
It's
because
too
we
quick.
consume things so fast, everything's on TikTok, everything's on this, on Reels, like we're just consuming it too fast. So being able to put something that's memorable, it's gonna be hard for people, I think. Like, don't you feel that? It's gonna be hard for people to be able to put something that's memorable because of the way that they know the consumers are gonna be like. They're only gonna eat something up for, let's say, a week at most. Do you get it? So they're not going to put as much effort into making it stand out that bit much, because they know if I put this much effort in, they're not even going to really take it in like that. They're not really going to understand how hard I had to work to get here. Do you get it?
Because I hear you, but on the other, I don't even know the phrase.
You're now playing devil's advocate.
I
All
mean,
three of us.
like in the same way, but people still go back to old things at the end of the day. Like again, like when I say I dress like Y2K, I wasn't, 22 in the 2000s, so I love that style, so I bring it now. People wear like 70s outfits now, people wear like old stuff, and they still look at these old shows be like, that was the best of fashion. So people are still wanting that. So it's like the fact that we're not being given that is really, really annoying. Like there's not a lot of clothes that are really stand out pieces of the era. Because, for example, if you had to describe the fashion right now, how would you even describe it?
Chaotic.
Like, what is
So
actually going on? You had
chaotic.
like the 60s, which was like, like you had like your disco, you had 90s, which was like very like streetwear, 2000s, every era, literally basically every single era other than now had a very clear cut aesthetic. Everyone looked Like, it was a time. And now, other than outside of 2010, it's like, what?
We're running
really
year on
is
year on
this
year.
right now?
Yeah.
I suppose, like, do you think like these, like, Met Gala, like GUAP Gala, like all these like nights and award shows and all of this, where, you know, fashion is a key like focal point. Do you think now we're gonna see the more appreciation for clothes from these places? These are the places where we should now be looking for the stylists and the emerging designers to see, rather than on the runways and stuff?
Yeah. I would love to see, like, wait, are you saying, like, see the emerging designers at these
Yeah,
places?
see the emerging designers, see the breaking boundaries, pushing these. Do you think we'll actually see these more now at these galas, and we should be seeing them more at these galas and these awards over the fashion shows?
I wouldn't necessarily
What a question.
say that. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna really like answer this question, because it's a difficult one. I can't. It's a difficult
I know.
question.
Well, yeah. This my.
I'm trying to remember what people's been wearing at, like, the award shows and things like that versus, like, runway fashion shows. But anywhere where there's an opportunity, how do I phrase it? Anywhere where you know you're going to be seen by mass public and it's mass press, I think you should always be showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
And I think it is very important as well for you to go to emerging designers, because, like, yeah, we know the Dior's, we know the you know, the big fashion houses, but let's see, like, what's new, because they are, like, older, but we need to kind of move with the times as well. Like, we don't have to just stick with what we know. And there's some people who take like, what was that there was a brand that got, like, sued by Hermes for taking their bags and, like,
oh my gosh,
making
yes,
pieces out of it. But it's
oh
like the pieces like were so good, and it was like a good reinvention of obviously a staple bag and stuff like that. And I'd love to I think stuff like that should be shown, because it's just like we're taking the old but making it new in our own way and making it, like, futuristic and sending a message like, yeah, this is a $500,000 bag, but I'm wearing it as a top, like, yes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, basically.
Like that.
I hope I explained that well. I don't know.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'll jump onto the back of that. Really, I'll say, yeah. You should always rise to the occasion, no matter what the event is. Knowing that, obviously, you want to put your work out there. You want to show who you are. You really want to get people to. You want to build attraction to what you're doing. Do you get it? So by going to these places and having standout pieces, that's the best thing that you can do. So, pretty much, just going off the back of what you said, I agree to that, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it confuses me as well, because when I see people at award shows or anything like this, and you're, like, a notable celebrity and you're not dressed well, I think it's just a real, like, I just find it really rude.
Like, why?
I just find it really rude, because it's like, we know you have money, we know you have a team, we know you have the resources. There's girlies out here who are dressed better than you, who come from, like, back alley towns. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what is your excuse to be looking mush on a carpet? There's absolutely no excuse. Like, your stylist needs to be fired. Some of these stylists, I don't know how they've been hired.
There's some amazing ones though. It's actually upsetting. Like,
and that's the point. So it's like, we can't. Less gatekeeping in the community as well, and letting people actually, like, get their shot, because unless, like, it's a very clout industry, so it's like you could be okay at what your job, but because, like, people know you, you're more likely to get hired over someone who is bloody amazing. So it's like those amazing people behind the scenes who are the ones who need to come to the forefront, and that's what I always advocate for. And that's why, like, the emerging creatives, always look for emerging creatives, because then watch. When them lot pop off and now you're trying to get onto them, they'll be like, no, because when he was sleeping on me, because you thought you was too big for your bloody big, I'm not dressing you anymore. So it's just, get the girlies to the front. Like, the good creative people need to be the ones, like, actually in the industry, because it'll be so much better off. Like, stop the gatekeeping. That's enough.
I feel like when you're at that part of, like, let's say your even journey as a creative, I feel like that's probably one of your most creative places you can be, because you're so hungry for it. You need that opportunity. So every design is almost like you're designing for your life. So you're putting out your best work each time. How am I going to top this? How am I going to do this? Then you get to this platform where it's not comfortability, but you just know, if I put this out, it's going to work. if I put that, it's gonna work. So you're not gonna be as creative as you were when you first started or when you're first hungry. And that's just one thing I feel like when these designers get to that point, that's what happens. So they water down their work a bit. Do you get?
Yeah.
So one way to obviously get over that, as you said, get these hungry designers constantly and have like a cycle. So once you see that person is getting to that point, okay, cool, he's comfy now, get him replaced.
And collabing.
Next one.
Because some people are so afraid of losing their spot.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And that's why the gatekeeping is there, because they're like, I just want to be on top. But it's just like, there is room. The industry is huge. Like,
there's always jobs.
There's always jobs. The industry is like this. There's always events happening across the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, even just on a collaborative level, because a lot of big designers, they sometimes will be stealing from like
sometimes.
students. Okay. I would be nice
Most
about
of the time.
A lot of the time, they're stealing from smaller designers, smaller artists, and that's disgusting. I'm so sorry, because like, how dare you? Like, just message them, collab with them, pay them what they're worth. Why can't
credit them?
And credit them.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to put a tag? Just be like, oh, thank you to da for helping. Why is that so hard? I've never understood the whole not crediting people for their work. It's like, you're rude.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually rude because they've created something amazing and you're trying to like sell it off of yourself. Like, in your own like soul, do you not feel horrible? Like, I couldn't walk around being like, oh yeah, I made this, knowing damn well some babe who's at like, let's say like Central St. Martin's has made it. Like, come on now. And then you'll try and like, and some of these people will then try and destroy that designer in the process, so they can't speak out. Behave.
We've got to put the spotlight on the emerging ones.
Exactly.
And that is a good message to wrap up this conversation section. And now put the spotlight onto our guest.
Let's go.
So it's just got hot in the studio, hence why I took this shirt off. I'm sweating through. It's boiling. And to raise the temperatures, I'm trying to like use lots of different words to describe like how iconic and great you are, basically. But you are shining light on some other iconic people. This is the part of the show which we like to call Spotlight of the Week.
Spotlight of the Week.
Thank you.
That reminds me of like, have you guys watched Community before?
No.
No.
Like, what's my man's name? It's like Arman, and then who sings This Is America?
Oh, Childish Gambino.
Yeah, Childish Gambino's in it. I can't remember. Troy, that's his name. Troy and Arman. No, Abed. Oh my God, not me calling him Arman. Troy and Abed. They have like a little show, and they were like, Troy and Abed in the morning. That was like,
So this was us, basically. So we're Childish Gambino and
Abed.
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 Yeah.
Iconic. Listen, if you tell anybody who watches Community knows, freaking icons.
Okay.
Dick riding Abed and Childish Gambino.
Yeah, shout out Abed and Troy in the show.
Hey,
but
go on, who's your spotlight of the week? Tell us.
I have two.
Okay,
Ooh,
go on.
okay.
You can
It's a
have
special
two.
episode.
Only because they helped me out so good, and like
When?
they're just amazing. For the GUAP Gala,
Ah.
but also just outside of that, and this is why I picked them to help me out,
Okay.
because they're amazing. My friend Sofia
Sophia.
hand
Shout
painted
out
these
Sophia.
nails.
Oh, hand painted.
Hand painted them.
Right.
On the
Sophia,
day.
you don't have to do it that
Sophia,
good.
we wasn't even gonna do nails, but she did them.
We're going to get a close up on that.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Get a
Sophia.
close up.
Sophia.
She did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just do it, like on the regular, or was this like a one-off?
She self-taught herself during COVID.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty
You had some free time.
Yes, she did.
My God.
She did it. She helped me out with this hair. Are you seeing the hair?
Yeah,
A
it's
lot
cool.
of free
Are
time.
you
Oh my
seeing
gosh.
the hair, right? And then she did my makeup as well.
All of it?
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. She did.
She's like the full
That's what I'm saying.
full team.
That's what I'm saying.
As a solo.
If you need, I need to get her last name. Wait,
Oh,
Can I look up her name quickly?
yeah.
Can I just?
That'd be a defo.
Coming off camera because I want to make something.
She's gone off cam.
So what
Who's, are
wait,
you spotlight next?
what?
next week?
Oh shit! I thought you was no,
No, not right now. Are you next? Are you next?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Who
so.
you do?
Well, am I next week?
No, next week will be
Queen.
Naomi will be doing it because she's a guest.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Okay.
Once
We should
look.
have a whole group spotlight.
It's me again.
Then it's you.
Again.
Right.
Again, it's me a lot. It's me a lot. Oh my god, cool. I don't mind.
You can toss it up.
Nah, I'll be happy to. No, I don't mind.
You
bro.
always take the lead since you're winning.
Winning.
You're winning, aren't you?
Say man.
He's a little bit salty. He hasn't won.
I'm not. I actually, what I think the narrative is actually no one's acknowledged that I was the underhand winner of every challenge. I just haven't been given the
Okay.
official title. I'm the underdog.
You're the underdog.
Copium. That's what I'm saying.
Opium.
Copium.
Don't be saying opium. You
Copium.
saying opium?
I say copium.
Don't say that's another core.
No, it's not cool.
Oh, thank God.
It's just something that you use when you're trying to cope with like stress and find an excuse for something.
It's not just wine.
That's another.
Come on. Sorry.
Intoxication.
Is it?
I haven't been stressed for actually a long time, so
We love that. Don't
No
be stressed, be
wine.
blessed.
yeah. Right, anyway, come on.
Yeah.
Who is it?
So my friend, Sofia, I think like pronounce it Paradis, but yeah, she just eats every single time she did that. And then secondly, Sheldon, the creator,
Shout out Sheldon.
stylist. When I tell you, Sheldon pulls out outfits, pulls out looks. Sheldon, I'm not gonna disclose his age, but Sheldon is a young babe and is so talented for his age to the point where I'm just like,
How young? Expose the age.
no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
What, like 2002?
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But Sheldon, like I'm telling you, he's eating up some of these stylists. And I told Sheldon, yeah, when you become a big man, yeah, it's gonna be long for everybody because the looks. He's dressed Priscilla. He's dressed.
Wait,
like,
he's
Did
the
he
one
dress
behind
Chris
that?
for the
That's
squad?
crazy.
That was incredible.
this year
Love
and last
that.
year.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, like dressed Victor.
Yeah.
He's dressed like many people. I can't even list off a lot of people.
Good job.
And he's just absolutely amazing, absolutely vibes, just a lovely person overall. That's like a perfect person in the industry who I would say is just like a real one, and it's just got really good energy. It's like it's so rare to find someone that you actually like mesh with and can understand like your vision properly and can like bring it to life. Again with Sofia, same vibes. So when you find those people, you hold on to them. I wanted to gatekeep them, but I'm saying it because I want them to get
Because you
work.
can't now. You've talked about
I can't.
gatekeeping.
I know.
You can't.
I'm just like I just love my creative friends so much because it's just like when they do good, they do good, and I give credit every single
When
time.
they shine, they shine.
Big up to them every single time. Get at them on Instagram. You'll see. So yeah,
There you go.
Shout out to that. Thank you for sharing that, man. Appreciate it.
just put you guys on. That's like big. I don't want to give up the people.
You have to. You can't gatekeep now. Can't get back in your own words. Just let it go. Like Moses parting water.
Have it.
Have it. Right. I think you can do the outro this time.
That outro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, cool.
Since I did the intro,
I can't
it's only
remember the
fair.
outro, but
It's when we've got Queen here. Normally, it's a lot more. You know,
yeah, do you get?
take the load a bit more.
But yeah, so obviously today we've had our special guest Krystal. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she's been a shining light of the episode today, and you know,
That's us.
do you get it? That's literally us. We're gonna wrap this up. You know, with the best place to come to for the latest in fashion, the latest in culture, and we also have special guests like Krystal once again.
Thank you.
And we're about to wrap this up.
Oh, and our videos.
Oh,
Watch the videos.
Yes,
Because actually one dropped a couple of days ago. It was quite funny. Can't lie, I
Yes.
laughed at myself. Before the hype.
No, the name of the challenge.
What was the name of the challenge?
I can't remember.
Blast on the past.
Blast
See,
from
I
the
knew it started with a B.
Yeah. So
Blast from the past.
obviously check out our previous episode or an episode that came out recently. Blast from the past.
Woo!
So make sure to check that out. And obviously we'll know if you checked it out if you do comment below. And obviously say your opinions of what you think about the outfits and things that came up in the episode. And go on,
I thought we were going to do the same thing. Oh, just give us 5-star reviews because I'm seeing these fly about now. So
5-star reviews for
yeah,
you?
we're getting 5-star reviews on this podcast.
What?
I know, so we've got to
Aye.
do better.
I learned something new today.
I should have shouted. Yeah, because I saw that Clint, Junior Clint, follow you guys. Also great creative. And so
Aye.
like,
Well, we're backed by everyone who's iconic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So give us more 5-star reviews, please, because it's
Exactly.
actually quite fun.
Yeah, people
so
are
just
watching.
the world is looking up. Anyway, we've chatted so much shit for this past outro. So goodbye.
Thank
See you
you.
later. Queen will be back.
And don't forget to subscribe as well, please.
Ciao.
Thank
There's
you.
like 3 cameras.